This is how I have to talk to outside. Oh, don't you realize you're taking up this thing? Don't you realize New York's taking up for you? I'm like, oh my God, I didn't hear that. Okay, yay. Thank you, New York. Oh, see? So I told you, he ain't done it. Stop. Stop that. Hey, New York was taking up. Oh, well, if you are, then you should probably just write down. And I'm thankful. But somebody else tags it all the time. Something else. I don't get that. I'd be like, they're like, your city's pretty much showing you Joseph is innocent. They know Joseph's innocent. Why is Joseph getting harassed and so on? That's my jam. That's pretty much it. Thank you. And they're wondering why that they gotta keep doing it. That's what I said. I write and do like a freaking Facebook page. These are all the letters we send. Or YouTube. I do a YouTube page. This is all the stuff we sent to NYC Gov and the mayor's office, stating we're tired of doing the same repetitive stuff. We're tired of not knowing what's going on and why we're doing something or having to do stuff over and over and over again. And if it is aliens taking over, is it? Has anybody talked to that man that's always around when they keep saying that? They're trying to make it like he said that. Did he say that? Because every time we say near him, he's like, you know, it's gonna be it's like I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like everybody's just kind of focused on making the city better. Focus on not taking all that information in. You know what I mean? And then trying to get somebody, if you notice something strange, and there's other persons just keep popping that out in the air. Lo and behold, something actually is lost in the city. Somebody, like I said, pull out there. Cops just gonna get trigger happy. Oh, I saw one thing creep out and I just started popping out. Like, no, nigga, that was our friendly visitor. Oh, wait, somebody kept telling me. And it's like the whole when I walk around. That's why I keep doing it. I'm like, my God, if they ain't not worth somebody better, then somebody will actually do the right thing like I try to do. Be a hero. Instead of being a leader, be a leader of the heroes. And you want to walk around here acting like she's going to be the one that was like, yeah, I went ahead and got some the right people involved and I got it resolved. Now they want me to come work down it. They doing an arc on me. And I'll be like, good job. But instead it's like changing stuff around and doing this and that. I'm like, Lord. Tomorrow it's gonna be racist white folks again. I'm just gonna pass. Oh, that's all you gonna hear is well, you're gonna try to pass out on the car as I'm walking by. I went back to the jail. What was it back when I got off the train? I was like, oh, train wasn't as bad. Somebody was just saying like something had happened when somebody in New York had to do something, right? There was a whole lot of stuff going on. line and the guy started talking. Oh, speaking of which, I think I got that part. Oh, I need to upload that. Was it changed? Is it somebody not? That's what somebody should figure out too. Who is somebody should figure out? Somebody, if you're hacking or doing this, stop. You will make people real uneasy. Get that damn good. You were talking about like, well, okay. Let's just keep talking now. Jeez. That was easy. Wow. Nice. You were moving out of there. I think I heard. The whole time I was there, before he was online. I said, why is he online sentence? Like, right, yeah, it's supposed to. Basically, get out. No. Really, my back is a hammer. It's pretty much a shut, I guess, but no. Pain after hearing it so much. I don't even know if I'm gonna be tired of it. I still have that fucking like, what would you be taught? Having to. She did her job. She didn't need to be told to do it. She can move technically. I'm thinking I can write quick. I did. Hey, come on, Rose, it's time. It's your job. You got your line. Okay. No problem. Say the dang manager. I understand, you know. But with my apartment vandalized, my mailbox broken into, people not stating that they know, and then this happened and then that happened, and some guy making his tongue out behind my back, and when I asked him, did he say something? Because I hear his voice around town, he acted like he didn't, and then the construction workers talking about they got somebody's back, but I'm like, okay, the same one that I kind of hear it, voice, or when I asked, was he saying something? Because he pretty much was. And he said he wasn't. Or the worker that was commenting, based on what somebody was saying, you could clearly hear, but then stating that she wasn't. Or the civil servant worker, that, or the staff, housing specialist, that actually had, like, oh, because you know somebody like me, but it was nobody, me, and we weren't talking. Okay, so I was recording. That's what I'm like, what? How had I recorded? Okay, well, it was when I was having a conversation with you. Well, we weren't having a conversation. Okay, we didn't have to record you. You didn't give us nobody's personal information. That's somebody else. Oh, say this. And they say, like, what? Oh, we're trying to keep you. We're trying to surprise you. You know, that's going to be a big surprise. I'll punch somebody dead in the face. Hey, what? You know, you mother. I'm like, dang. But you mother. You know I could. Like, it's like a birthday cake, ice cream cake. But you done sit outside. And I just, ooh, I can't wait. How was my birthday? It'll be my favorite ice cream cake. Hey, it's an ice cream cake. Hey, gonna turn the candles on the top of it. Hey, gonna get it. They're going, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm saying, it's gonna be some good I cannot. Hey, and you get there and you're like, oh, y'all look good. You know, hopes up, not set. Yeah, well, we know you couldn't wait, so we went ahead and just had outside. But we got your baby, though, dog. We're like, nigga, you waiting. So, then at Trader Joe's, I was like, so y'all know I'm not guilty yet. I'm guilty. No, no. Cannot treat me. Cannot. No. Maybe a little appreciate not wanting to drive a gasoline truck full of something, strike a match to it or something. I just appreciate you. That's all that crime. Now, can you tell us about what you saw, what you seen? Then I have to look back. Can I tell some of it? I can't tell. You don't trust it. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. That was you. That wasn't me. Like, your shadow. Ain't nobody but your shadow. My bad. Yeah, you crazy. So we reading. See, I didn't know. Like, okay, well, right. I would love if somebody said the right thing. Like, right. If you say, let's get one thing out the way, since we know Joseph was innocent and he wasn't in the wrong, he was in the right majority of the time. Hey, go ahead and kick Joe that little check. Your little pay me. That little reimbursement for my time and my energy, my effort, so I can get to that having that kid. You know what I'm saying? And like that boat that I kind of still want to just pull off and not watching the boat reverse. It just was so beautiful. Y'all should have seen the boat. Me and my little friend that was at the pier over there. I was like, wow, look at his name. He yelled it a couple times. I think I upset him. I didn't mean to upset him. I thought about the question like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said it like that, but he handled it like a G. I was like, whoop. To myself. I think he grasps common concept. He's just older, so it just might not just sink in. I don't think he like has like an impediment. It just he might just get a little flustered quick or something. Like he might actually have something where he get flustered over some whole bunch of complex things being thrown at once. He was oh, I was like, oh no. He said, yeah, no. Actually, he was okay with it. He didn't flip out like he probably should have. He was just like, oh no, or something. Like the other guy was like, no, not as in he wants you to do it or something. Like if somebody just asked you, would you do it? I was like, oops. I just thought about that because I was so frustrated. First of all, the pigeon was pressuring me. That was too much pressure. I was like, pigeon, if you would get off the table. First of all, you're fighting all the other pigeons, kicking them. But that's another day. But yeah, the boat, I'm like, okay. They're like, well, you gotta figure out Baby, you causing too much commotion. You get a lot more with sugar than you do with sauerkraut. You go to somebody door, hand them a bag of sauerkraut. See if they'll look at you like a crazy. But you go hand some free sugar, they're gonna say thank you and take it. I bet you. If it's sealed up and wrapped up and it's some Domino or some what's that other one? Christy something. They might take it. If you got like a logo on the truck or something. Sweet logo or something. But you go hand the bag of sauerkraut, they probably gonna look at you like, why is this nigga about to sauerkraut? Who the hell delivers sauerkraut to people's stuff? Sugar, maybe. Milk, okay. Sauerkraut, honey, questionable, but I still might take some. I ain't talking about so much. I'm gonna call it. And then I'm like, what the hell went ahead? I'm just like, as much as everybody said we don't care and do that, I think they would have just went ahead in the middle of the night and just done said, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm this way, and I'm over here. And ain't nobody gonna miss me. Mama didn't really pick up the phone to call me too much. Dad didn't either. I think they would have just went ahead and just, oh well, they don't care about this one, y'all. Okay, we just. Instead, they like, we care about you, Joseph.
If that's what we're going to say these things, not things, but people were. If that's what we're going to say these people were, until further notice. Then, oh, well, then that means, so whatchamacallit, because we found something. If you found or took something out of my apartment, then clearly, I'm just like, okay. We kind of, we sitting here like, daddy, not as in my daddy, but somebody's daddy. And now whatchamacallit is the young tenderoni. So I'm like, hey, young tenderoni. Like I said, back here, nice attractive little thing. To go ahead with your little self. Well, one thing that struck me was when the other guy came up. If you're looking for food or seeing if they got some stuff out, first of all, ain't nothing on nobody's table. I guess he saw my plate. It was like, what did you eat? My nigga, it ain't every day, baby. And then it's like a hit and miss sometimes. And also, ain't no food sitting around. Right? So 9 times out of 10, I probably check downstairs, baby bubble. If somebody knows that, then 9 times out of 10, I've been told certain things for a reason. Certain things I've shared, which is like, okay, which means 9 times out of 10, there's a fix for it. Some things I've shared, I didn't want to reiterate, and I tried to requote somebody because they already said it. And they, oh, is that why they covered up? You really ain't sure kind of stuff that you said or you covered up with pretty much just saying everything, pointing a finger towards me. Oh, what Joseph said. I'm like, oh, that's how y'all cover it up. Just how Joseph said. Oh, thank you. So, how do I have that much leverage? So it's just everything's okay. Well, if Joseph says it, then okay. Well, but like I said, it's a balance, and I feel like that balance is just it's not good. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to say on some stuff. I still want to know. I want to go and ask people. Have like a this is what the person that tells everybody what to do should say. Answer Joey's questions truthful day. Walk around with me. So, when you did this, why'd you do it? That would be bomb. Now that would be epic. Be like, this was who it was, and walk around and what were you thinking when you did this? What were you thinking when you did that? Why did you do this when you did that? When you said that, what did you mean? Were you doing this because of that person? Were you doing that because of this person? That's epic. And I pray for you, God, a right conclusion comes like that. Because I feel like that's the right conclusion. Explanation paired with a Q&A of not people asking that, or maybe even somebody that, now see, that would have been bomb. a wrap up of people that actually knew what was going on, just sending in questions. If you had a question for the neighbor as to did they really say it and they answer it truthfully, or ask the question for me, did you really blah blah blah, answer it truthfully. Did you da 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 da, answer it truthfully. And whichever question you answered truthfully, you got something off of it. Bomb. To conclude everything. Well, I saw the video, Officer Tuatakataki, and I happen to be right there with you. Why did you treat them in such a way? And an officer replies, well, truthfully, I didn't want to, but I was doing as I was instructed. Then it leads into another one. What did you want to do? Well, I wanted to help him because I kind of already knew X, Y, and Z. But why didn't you? I was afraid of retaliation from other cops. Or, you know what I mean? Like something like that would be bomb. To kind of know the ongoings, the workings of every single situation and the behind it. To break down the psychology of every single reaction that was given, because everybody's psychology will be different. Whereas here, why did you harass that guy down the hall? And be honest, were you jealous in a way? Or were you trying to make money? Or were you trying to help him? And be truthful. Like, oh, well, I was planning on making some money on mom. Like, dang, you know, and then you got to get the person props. Like, wow, they were honest. Like, they were going to try to make some money, try to do what the other person did. And the other was, well, I was standing up for homeless people. Like, oh, well, that's nice. And the other one was like, well, to be honest with you, I just wanted to be in his shoes. Because I felt like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Wow. So what did you do? And then the next one, what did you do to try to get to that point? First one, well, to get in his shoes, heck yeah, I was annoying him. When I walked by, I said something every time. You know what I mean? I smoked hella cigarettes because I knew he didn't like cigarettes. I don't really smoke cigarettes like that. Like, wow, so they got didn't smoke cigarettes, y'all. Mm-mm. Or, and I told my friend down the hall that he did. So when he walked by, that's why he asked. Like, like, dang. Be like, dang, poor Joseph. Be like, you know, but at least you get the truth behind it. And that way you can kind of see how people react and what happened. Like, even at the corner, like what she told, whatchamacallit, and then told, and then try to stop him, then try to egg it on. Why did you do that? Like, oh, well, I didn't like him. I'm like, oh, yeah, I felt like he was nosy. Oh, and then explain to him, it wasn't that he was nosy. He was trying to figure out the talking. You didn't know that? Okay, I knew that. So it's a little bit of both. Like, I wanted to be leader. I heard he had it. Like, oh. And that's kind of where you start learning. You start understanding maneuvers of people, how they move, how to do this, how to do that. You're like, wow, why would they do that? Why would, you know what I mean? And then upstairs, like when you're talking, if he's giving you good advice, you might have still hurt somebody and responded. Why were you still responding when he was telling you not to? Well, I didn't believe him. You know what I mean? Like he was in here with me, so I'm thinking I trust the person on the outside versus somebody in here in the same situation as me. And you might get a gem like, well, actually, the person on the inside was the person that's supposed to be on the outside. You're like, what? Yep. And actually, the person you were sitting next to is worth this amount of money, and the person outside is only worth this amount of money. Like, that's epic. Like, and then everybody come back and be like, dang, So I really should have been nice to maybe that one person that was nice. Like, I knew it. And that's why I said, yeah. And I was like, stuck with my guns. Y'all didn't like me. I'm okay. He okay. Nigga, you owe me. And I'm like, why? Look at what he said. Oh, he did what? He said who? I knew it. My first mind was right about him. I got you, bro. Next one. Really? Oh, you thought I could have been one of the boys? Dang. You lying. What? And then even some of them be like, oh, I actually am. You're what? And you would have told what? And you really did like, what? even some raunchy ones. Like that time I was like, what I say to somebody. But like, even though I know he not, but somebody be like, oh well, sexy tweaker. Yeah, well, I think something else I ain't bringing up. Someone else would have been sexy tweaker. Like, yeah, that's why I came around because I wanted to party with you. I was like, oh, okay, keep this and put that in my back pocket. You know, sexy tweaker, or some funny like that. Like, not being serious, but being like, wow. Like that's why you were around? Or him being like, nah, I just really was worried about you because I know how it is. And when I got caught up and got maybe and then something heartfelt happens. Like he wanted to make sure I was okay and came and then got caught up. Like now that would be like a mic drop. Like yeah, unfortunately, and they'd be like, and his story's true. Like he was coming to make sure he was okay. He was all together when he got here. But for some reason got too close to the fire and got sucked back in. And he'd be like, oh. And that's when I had to be like, you know what? Take you to California. I'm like, I'll pay for that. Because that's the one place I remember crying one day at my job because I was like, what's good? And that was the day I figured out something wasn't wrong too. Something wasn't right. Because I was like, I'm making money. I got this job, I'm eating food. I got the people there are kind of nice to me. I'm not really in a bad environment. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like being able to do whatever. But something kept trying to push me to do otherwise. And I remember breaking down and seeing that ad and being so mad because I wasn't able to pull away from everybody and just be like, you know what? Before they pull me into this whirlwind of all the stuff I don't want to do, let me try to go here and get completely away from people so they can't talk around me, harass me, blow smoke in my face, like be smoking weed all around me. I just want to pull myself completely away. And I called. I was like, well, do y'all accept like government aid time? And they were like, oh, no, unfortunately, it's more so private. And I was like, oh, because I told my mom I just wanted to pull away and be by myself for at least like 3 months. I was like, because I felt like I knew some workings were going on. And I wanted to be somewhere where I knew people couldn't or wouldn't start working their magic or influencing me through others. But I don't know, like that would have been so amazing. Or like even ask like the guy when I first came here, why were you so I was kind of mad at you, bro, because I was mad. I was like rooting for you. And when you got here, I'm like, what the you know what I mean? Like, why this nigga here? Like, he wasn't supposed to be here. He's supposed to finish up there. I'm like, oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why I was upset. But then when I saw you start talking, I realized that maybe something happened. And I was like, wow, feel bad for you. Wow. And it's like, instead, you just got somebody else. Well, it's extra. And it's like, baby, you gotta learn how to, what is it called? Delegate. I'm like, okay, well, can somebody, I'm trying to, guys, but it's a lot for me to handle. Can somebody tell people, bro, it's okay, da-da-da-da. Can somebody do like a Q&A with people and get this format going? And cause somebody else, um, make sure you get something to him, letting him know we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take care of him. It's just gonna be the X amount of days. And then start releasing like little press things. Or having like a little, passing out little, not even like flyers, but even be behind me, or I don't know, because I walk past people and be like, disregard, y'all stop listening to that, okay? Yeah, it'll trust me. Try this channel. It'll be out. We're gonna release a statement. Da, da, da. Okay. But we're gonna know. Does he really? Da da da. Well, we weren't supposed to get that deep in the business. You know what I mean? So somebody got a little happy. We had a little crazy moment. And we can't technically release that as of yet, but we're going to let you know that everything is okay as far as where he's at as a person. And everybody else is fine. Like, there was no he trying to go around and do this to people, or, you know what I mean? Or is it true that he has we can't fully say yes or no, or maybe we can. Just that. We just have to wait for a particular moment. But there was, it's gonna be more medically tested technically. That's all we can say is we were medically tested. Oh, okay, cool. Because what does that mean? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna come out with a statement. That's what I'm like. You have to be like, oh, so what is it? Whatchamacallit? What did he something really? And it's like, well, we can't get into all that. Just know that nobody's coming to your home, coming through your walls, or doing all this extra stuff. You take out the butt plugs. Like, and you know where that came from. That was the funniest. I was walking, I was like, I can only imagine everybody. And somebody just wanted to be the one to pull him out of everybody. Let me pull it out. Come here, bring your booty over here. Let me pull it. Like a wrap up like that. That's how you wrap that day. Oh. And then, because people will be like, even if they're like, oh, well, they came out, but they never said anything about such and such. They probably people be like, I wouldn't give a. You know how much? How much? Oh, so he did get paid. Yeah, so hell. That's why I was like, oh. So that's why he said he wouldn't be. If that was the case, yes or no. But then that's a whole nother realm that goes into that. That's that man's business. As long as somebody was messed up, everybody should be happy. We good. But it's like you just kind of gotta like grab the reins though. Like I've been said, you gotta kind of work together and start pulling stuff Like if I was like with the cop thing, okay, yeah, we knew that, and we were testing. Yeah, we might release something like that. It might be in development, so bad guys beware. Or heck, we might end up if we tested it and it works. It might be a new detective thing. Like, dang, super detective. Mm-hmm. So y'all niggas know when y'all go to court, ain't no questioning. It's gonna be some real heavy. We putting the mind reads on you. When you testify in court, it's gonna be put up on the screen. So when you sitting there, did you on April 15th, 1996, go to Chekalika house and burn all her? Well, let me bring that up, but destroy all her valuable china and steal her $10,000 worth of jewelry, and you be sitting on the stand like, you sweating, but you didn't do it. And then you look to the left. You said you didn't do it, right? Yeah, you didn't do it. What's the problem? Like, oh man, bring out the cuffs. Bring out the dang cuffs. Dang it. And there you should stop doing crime, because now 9 times out of 10 you got something where it's like, yeah, on the wall it says there that you're thinking about, and then somebody in the background, I really hope I get off on this. So you didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. Man, this man asked me one more time, I'm gonna crack. Are you sure you didn't do it? Okay, man, I did it. Because I was wondering, we're looking at the screen right here. You know that, right? You won? Screen over there? Mm-hmm. Touch it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, well. And call it a... But to do the most with the extra, make people think, oh, somebody coming through and looking at you, recording, and filming. And I'm like, okay, really? So now we got invisible cameras that don't click. I'm like, oh, crap. You'll see a shadow, whatchamacallit, go through a wall and rolling up a little. Where's that noise coming from? the flash. Yeah. What the? Honey, you don't have cameras in the house. I just saw a flash. But you don't have to worry about that. They don't have that capability as of yet. So there are. No, that was pretty much shadows. So what you talking about? But you should live your life like you know there's shadow, because you never know. You enter in different galaxies, different capabilities. You never know. And then we're trying to figure out: are you going to let us know? Because we have, like I said before, the whole alien thing. What if something lands in Nebraska field or on top of a mountain range, or you run across it? What do you do? Is there some general gesture that the government knows that y'all don't know? Oh Lord, is that gonna be the thing? The first thing you do, if you see one, you just do like this and hey, and a little hey. Hey. Like that's a good one. A little wave, hey. No, not the. That might be a like hand gesture or something. So just. And that's pretty much it. But it's like you gotta, baby. It's July. I just realized it's just July. It's July. And then as far as the problems that you notice, are you gonna fix them? Are you working to fix them? Because you can't change the past. Past happened. Did you notice some problems? Was there things that you made that were well aware? Are there ways to go and figure that out? Like we're also looking into several other things that we ran across that we noticed were problems in society. And we launched personal investigation to a lot of things as far as um, mental health, um, technology, the justice system, the punishments. Because they said, what is that? The new thing about the robbery thing, and a lot of people are commit more robberies and getting off, and repeat offenders. I even thought at one point I said you should probably get kicked out of the state. Like if you keep doing so much in one state, you can't come there, live there, work there. So pretty much where you'd be like, well, you can go somewhere else. Or live in this place that nobody else wants to live because of the terrain or because of the heat. Or because of the only thing you can do there is coal mine. But I'm like, why don't they? Oh, then he took that. Like, well, oh heck no! They say started killing. Oh yeah, well, honey, like did that check out? Because I felt like somebody was doing something for real, for real. About some killing somethings, because you have to let people know. That's why you have to clarify. And I'm like, you need explanations and stuff. You just can't, oh, nobody cares that, because then people gonna be like, okay, well, we hear from you, but you weren't even in there, and it's your responsibility probably to cover this stuff. So 9 times out of 10, how your cover up doesn't work. Like, yeah, nigga, but you just been up there hollering, and that nigga been doing this. Like, so we want to know more than likely what was going on. Because you could spawn other crap from covering that up, because some people can be very mad, right? And I know I wasn't in that purposely destroying stuff. And then this, that, not that, and the third. So you have to be careful what's going on around your city. Because clearly there was a lot. But I'm just going to end on that note with my nightly. This is something I've done lately. Say, hey, maybe somebody is picking up and thinking about some things. Because that's a lot. And if you wanted to cover that up, you can't really hear in the hall and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, now, if somebody wants to say this, that, and the third about killing whatchamacallit, then 9 times out of 10, you should first consult with the person in the middle of it. It ain't no going around, let me da-da-da-da. No. Calm down, little Tito Fernando. And go talk to Joseph. Or go talk to somebody. You have people that job specialize in stuff like that, in resolution, because you probably start some conflict. Instead of just pointing the finger at somebody, and you point the finger at me, and they like, we know that nigga ain't did it. Or we know he ain't know. So now you're lying. Who you work for? You out here hollering government. Next thing you know, they not together. Actually, I did go by the way one time. One. Clearly, if they keep saying that, you should probably address it.